Throughout Vietnam, the influence of its French colonial past can be seen. France was heavily involved in the Southeast Asia region up until 1954, when the French rule of Vietnam came to an end. The mixing of the two cultures remains today and can be seen 1,400 metres above the central city of Da Nang at the end of the world's longest gondola ride. At the summit of this 5,800-metre journey is the Bana Hills Mountain Resort. There you can wander around the French village with its town square, church and hotels that looks like it was transplanted from the French Alps. And alongside it are the traditional sites of Vietnam, where you can explore temples and pagodas and marvel at the giant 27-metre-high Buddha statue. Way below the Bana Hills Mountain Resort is Da Nang's newest golf club, and one that has made a big impression well beyond Vietnam. Bana Hills Golf Club, designed by Luke Donald, is a par 72 championship course, opened in 2016, and already voted the world's best new golf course. The layout maximises its eye-catching surroundings with dramatic undulations and routing that runs through thick Vietnamese jungle.
Bana Hills obviously is named after the mountains that we have in the background. It was originally a place for the French to retreat during summer. It was a little bit cooler up there. So when Bana Hills Village went in up on top of the mountain and the cable car went in, the golf was the next logical addition. So we sit at the foot of Bana Hills. So it's very peaceful, very quiet. Front nine's a little less undulating than the back nine, but the back nine stands out quite uniquely. There's a lot of holes that wheel their way through the jungle, and you get a true sense of the topography of where we're surrounded once you get onto that back nine.
The Bana Hills project began in 2012 and is managed by IMG. The global golfing powerhouse saw this dramatic piece of landscape as the ideal canvas for Luke Donald's first ever course design.
Luke Donald was the #1 golfer in the world, had just won both the PGA Tour and European Tour money lists. We thought that he would be a very suitable signature design for Bana Hills here, and he'd also expressed interest in wanting to do design on what is quite an iconic golf site. What's very special with this site is there's a lot of dramatic elevation changes, so there's quite a number of holes where you might tee off from a tee box that's, say, 30 metres above the fairway. So not only do you get that dramatic elevation change, but the backdrop of the mountain ranges is also very special indeed.
We're spectacularly surrounded by, a lot of forest area, so there's a lot of holes where he's tried to sort of separate everything from that, so you feel as though that's the only hole on the golf course. And he's done a really good job. We're very pleased with the result we've got from him, and it's his first design, and we're happy it's here.
Being Vietnam's newest course, Bana Hills Golf Club features a modern clubhouse designed in the shape of a Vietnamese coin. Other facilities include a high-tech golf academy with state-of-the-art instructional studios and a driving range that features 8 bunkers and 5 greens spread out over 300 yards. Not only is the driving range floodlit, so too is the entire 18-hole course, meaning a round at Bana Hills can be played through till 9 p.m. Friendly, knowledgeable caddies are a signature of the golfing experience throughout Asia. But Bana Hills has gone the extra mile with caddies who form into flash mobs to keep visitors entertained, providing service with a smile. The course itself features 5 sets of tees, stretching from 6,022 yards through to 7,857 yards from the Luke Donald tees.
There are some unique holes out there. Hole number 5, which plays 708 yards off the back, which is a little tough. We don't often recommend that one. You get out on the back nine and it's much more undulating. Hole 12 is a beautiful little par 3 where the backdrop is just miles and miles of jungle with the elevated tee and the green set a little bit lower. You then go to 16, which is over 200 yards from the back to an island green, which is quite challenging. Then you get up to the 17th tee, and the vistas looking across the golf course with Bana Hills in the background is quite an amazing sight.
Just 25 minutes from downtown Da Nang on Vietnam's central coast is Bana Hills Golf Club, Luke Donald's first course design and already an award winner. Set at the foot of the impressive Bana Hills, the course has 2 signature holes. So let's take a closer look at the 16th and 17th with PGA professional Matthew Pike.
We've just arrived at the 16th hole, signature hole here at Bana Hills Golf Club. It's a par 3, downhill, completely surrounded by water, with a very dramatic backdrop here with the mountains. It's the most photographed hole here at Bana Hills Golf Club. The pin location today is in the middle of the green, so my choice of clubs is 7-iron at 180 yards. I'm going to give it a try now, and let's see how we get on. Okay, so once you're on the putting green, it doesn't get an awful lot easier. The green does really slope heavily from back to front, so there's a lot of contouring on this green. It's very much right to left, putting back down towards the pin. So where I am here in the middle of the green, I've still got probably one flag stick to the right of the hole is where I'm going to aim, and I'm going to allow for about 3 foot downhill. So it's quite a tricky putt. So I'm going to give that a little go now. Okay, so you can see that one's run quite a long way past the hole as well. Okay, so there we have it. Nice par on the 16th here at Bana Hills Golf Club. Regardless of how challenging it is a really fun hole to play. Certainly with this dramatic backdrop, the views definitely make up for it. So let's go and head on to the 17th now. Okay, so here we are on the 17th tee box at Bana Hills Golf Club. Again, a very dramatic backdrop with Bana Hills in the background there. We're on a 466-yard par 4, dogleg right to left. Again, a very elevated tee box. My mark here would be right-hand side of center of the fairway. Now that means that if I push it slightly to the right, the fairway does open up quite generously, and then from there I can get a nice angle in towards the pin. Okay, so here we are in the ideal spot for our second shot into the green. On the left-hand side of the green are 2 bunkers, as well as on the right-hand side is another bunker guarding that side of the green. Short of the green is also a water feature that extends all the way up the left-hand side. Now, one of the features here at Bana Hills Golf Club is the undulating lies. So I've got a ball slightly above the level of my feet here. So a little bit of advice for the viewers here would be to aim more right of target because the ball will go left, ball position just behind center, and to swing a little bit more on a flatter plane. Okay, so we're in quite a good spot, just right at the pin here, makeable birdie putt. But if we were to look at the 17th green here, another similar feature to the 16th, a very large undulating green, makes great fun for putting. Okay, so let's try and knock this one in for birdie now. Ooh, nearly. Okay, never mind, let's tap it in for par.
No surprise, Luke Donald puts a big emphasis on testing a short game. And in just over 12 months, his debut design has made a big impression globally.
Thankfully, we've been fairly fortunate in receiving some fairly distinguished awards. Most notably was at the annual World Golf Awards. We received the best new golf course in the world. So that was something that certainly we're very, very proud of. And also received the best new golf course in Asia Pacific through the Asian Golf Awards. So it's nice to have received some recognition for a golf course that's still very new.
Bana Hills Golf Club is the newest of 4 recent course designs on Vietnam's central coast, making Da Nang an ideal one-stop golfing destination.
We're very lucky in the sense that the 4 clubs that we have here, they're all quite new. They're all within about 7 years of each other in opening, so it's provided a draw card for Vietnam. Da Nang is a new destination, and a lot of people really don't realise how good this place is to come and play golf. We're extremely proud of it, and we hope that everybody sees the same.
For those playing Bana Hills, the ideal place to stay on a golfing getaway is the premier village, Da Nang Resort. Located on the pristine white sands of Da Nang Beach, the 5-star Premier Village features 111 pool villas with garden or ocean views. These ultra-modern villas are a home away from home for golfers and the perfect accommodation option for either couples or larger golfing groups.
The villas, right, itself, really becomes like, a great choice, right, for golfers. The point is that you will typically come either with friends, either with spouse, right? So you can be 3, 6, 8 people. Basically, you're all under the same roof. And you still have, that privacy and luxury of each bedrooms, right, with private and suite bathroom and so on. It really becomes something more friendly for everyone. So that's really like, the key thing that people have been noticing so far in terms of golfers.
With its own private beach on the stunning Da Nang coastline, the Premier Village has 2 outdoor pools, a range of water sports, 3 restaurants and bars, or for that pro golf experience, you can enjoy a private chef post-round.
A lot of our guests love actually to have private chef dinner barbecue right at the villa. So you can picture, right, just beside your pool at your own villa, right, chef comes in, large barbecues, prepare all fresh seafood and fish, meat, all in comfort of your own villa, right? So it becomes really a very luxury experience. This is one of the many activities, of course, that we try to orientate even much more into in-villa rather than just your typical resort.
With modern accommodation and an even newer course, a golfing holiday to play Bana Hills in Da Nang should be high on every golfer's wish list. Catch Holden Golf World Thursdays and Saturdays.